What is up, Star Seeds? It's Sid, and I am here with your August 2020 astrological forecast, and like always, your timeless card reading. So, if you feel drawn to just this card reading, if you're watching this after August or whatever, you can look in the description. There's timestamps for when I tell you which group is which, and of course, the timestamps for the groups as well. Alright, first things first, we are going to get into the astrological side of things, okay? So, if you're watching this at the time I'm posting it, please stay for the forecast, because I love telling you guys what's going on up in the sky so you know what to expect down here on Earth. And then, of course, a reading as well, just to kind of give you some clarification. And we've got the different groups this week, this month, for each of these like general readings. They all have a theme to them, as always, but here we go with the forecast. So if you didn't charge your crystals in July, I have a terrible confession to make. None of these crystals are charged, okay? They're all new, and I have not charged them yet, except just with my energy, love and light, wishful thinking. But I have not charged them in the moonlight yet, or really any other way. So that's my terrible confession that I wanted to make to you guys, because July was just a great time to have charged the crystals, but it was kind of hectic for me, so I missed it. But in August, it is going to be a great time. If you like full moons, there's amazing full moons, and if you like new moons, there's going to be amazing new moon energy as well. So starting with August 3rd, there is a full moon in Aquarius. That would be an amazing day to charge. August 4th, Mercury enters Leo. So the whole month of August, pretty much, we are going to have these fierce, fiery communication skills, okay? And that could go, one of two ways, really. It can go good or bad for you guys, but it's bound to be powerful. So I'm going to consider that a good thing, positive thinking. August 7th, Venus enters Cancer. So if you are in a relationship, you are going to be putting a lot of time into that relationship, I feel like. And if you're single, you are going to be putting a lot of time into yourself in your home life. So Venus entering Cancer is definitely a great sign for Venus to be in the whole month of August almost. August 11th, okay, so starting the middle of August, we are going to have some pretty crazy feelings, okay? There's not many astrological events this month, honestly. It sounds like a lot when I read them off to you, but compared to other months, this is really not a lot. But in the middle of August, there's definitely these like three very, if not four, very powerful events in a row, okay? So listen carefully here. Vesta enters Leo on August 11th, and if you don't know what Vesta is, she is the asteroid that represents our life force and really what keeps us going. So, Vesta entering Leo, we're all gonna feel more powerful, which is great. Leo is a great sign for Vesta to be in, okay? Especially with these weird emotions we are going to be feeling starting the next day, really, with August 12th, okay? Saturn quintiles Chiron. They're both in retrograde, Capricorn for Saturn and Aries for Chiron right now. And if you don't know what Chiron is, that is the asteroid that represents kind of like the wounded healer in us, okay? It's like what we've already been through that kind of like hurt us or traumatized us in a way. And Saturn quintiling Chiron, both of them being in retrograde too, it just is going to make us really take the responsibility, especially with Saturn being in Capricorn, if you know anything about Capricorns. That's just really going to make us kind of make it our duty to figure all of that stuff out with ourselves, doing, personal work and making it really a priority to kind of get where we want to go, okay, especially with this next event. These two are going to work hand in hand, okay? On August 15th, Uranus goes retrograde. Uranus is in Taurus, and with this Uranus retrograde, on top of that Saturn Chiron energy, it's going to make us like question our individuality, okay? And that's really a lot about what I just talked about before. So these two events are going to work hand in hand in the middle of August, and it's going to make us feel a pretty weird type of way, okay? But it's really, really, really a good thing, okay? The end of the summer, we're just going to like finish up our spring cleaning. Whatever we didn't get to do earlier in the year. This 2020 has been a crazy year, and even if you haven't really gotten that kickstart to do what you need to do, hopefully this is gonna give you that push of energy that you need, all right? And then the next thing we got is a new moon. On August 18th, there's a new moon in Leo, and I feel like that's just the most beautiful event that could really come after all of that. Like I said, there's not many events in August, but they're really going to be very powerful, okay? It's going to make for a bit more clear energy, even though some of these events are going to be pretty crazy for us. The last thing is, of course, on August 22nd, the sun entering Virgo, the start of Virgo season. So that's also going to make us, want to kind of tidy things up, kind of be a better person, if you will, be a better version of ourselves. And that's really what August is all about, you guys. So charge those crystals on the full moon or the new moon, or if you want to wait till the next full moon, or if you want to give them another good charge. You can never charge your crystals too much. That's definitely a proven fact. On September 2nd, there's a full moon. I feel like it's going to be a really great one. It's in Pisces, so that kind of just confirms that. Pisces is debatably the most intuitive sign, so it's all about dreams. I feel like you might have amazing dreams while charging your crystals that full moon. Yeah, just great events happening, few events, but they're going to be powerful. Okay, so don't miss out on my September forecast in about a month. I also want to say, because it's towards the beginning of the month, September 3rd, Chiron is quincunxing the true node, or the north node. And like I said, Saturn is in retrograde in Capricorn, and the north node is in Gemini. So if you want to know what that is going to do to us, watch me next month in the September video. So without further ado, we are going to get into these cards, you guys, okay? So we have group 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, we've got lots of quartz energy here. These two are clear quartz over here, and these two are rose quartz. Actually, amethyst and citron are also in the quartz family, so that's why I say we got a ton of quartz, okay? And then this is some black tourmaline on the third group. So I just want you to take really just a second. Don't look at this too long. If you already have been looking at it too long, then look away for a sec and look back at the screen and really pick whatever your eyes are drawn to first. It's totally okay to pick a couple or a few different groups, because like I say in all my pick a cards, or whatever you want to call them, these are general messages, okay? They all kind of have a theme, but like I said, they're very general. So if you are drawn to multiple groups, it's for a reason. Don't just feel like you have to pick one. If you feel drawn to 2, 3, 4, whatever, watch the timestamp for all of them. And if you don't have time now, you can come back to it later. You can put it in your watch later, whatever you want to do. Okay? Without further ado, I want to really get into these cards. So I don't want to pause this video and make it choppy. If you guys want to fast forward like 10 seconds or whatever, you can totally do so. But it's going to take me a minute to kind of go from group to group and put these cards aside and whatever. So I'm going to kind of It's gonna be hard because I got these on a box outside because I wanted to film outside. I'm gonna kind of clear all of the rest of these off for you so we can get to the first group. Okay, sorry for the janky camera angle right now, you guys. I'm just trying to do my thing. Now, I do want to say, I just channeled like all of these, pulled all these cards for you the past like 2-3 hours. So here's this amethyst for group number 1, nice raw cut amethyst. I love raw cut crystals, okay? They're definitely just my favorite. I mean, it's gonna take me a second to lay these out, but like I said, I want to say that the first group, when I was pulling these, I really just felt like you guys are the most out of any group, like in touch with what's going on in the world, and you just have like kind of made it your duty to really help out, okay? So I pulled a ton of cards. We got tarot cards and then oracle cards for every group this week. And I pulled a ton for everyone, okay? Because I went through and I like pulling a ton of cards whenever I'm looking at my cards. And it's not a bad thing if you get the messages along with it, you know? Like, I haven't looked up any of the definitions to kind of refresh my mind or anything. I just go off of what I'm feeling from it, okay? And, you know, your intuition never lies, so I've been listening to that. All right. Give me a moment, you guys. Like I said, fast forward 10 seconds or whatever if you want. Because there's a lot of cards and it's a little box. But I'm gonna go over your tarot cards first, okay? This is a beautiful Egyptian deck that you guys picked out. This is actually my 3rd card deck that I got. I love it. So we're gonna kind of go how I pulled them, okay? This is the order I pulled them, and I've never even laid all these cards out. I just kind of had them in a little pile like how you saw before, but I got the message as I was pulling them. That's kind of how it always works, okay? So like I said, you guys are the most concerned about the world, what's going on in the world. That is the theme of this message that I got, okay? I don't really want to say political because I feel like if anything, you guys are not political whatsoever, or maybe you are, but you're concerned about kind of the politics and what's going on right now, okay? You're this amazing soul with this Temperance card here, with the Star card, okay? And yeah, I definitely get like Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Earth energy, okay? But you're concerned about how there's not justice right now, right? Lot of crazy stuff going on, whether you are concerned with the Black Lives Matter movement, whether you're concerned with the coronavirus pandemic, whatever it may be, okay? The Pizzagate stuff, all of that, I feel like you're really concerned with. And I feel like it's really just your mission to express how you're feeling, okay? Bringing your emotions into it, kind of fighting these emotions. You have all these elements. Really, everyone has all these elements, and I do want to say that the cards I pulled the most for like 3 or 4 different groups was the Justice, and it was in reverse a lot for different situations, but for you, I feel like it's more of the big picture, okay? We got the Wheel, you know, representing the world, okay? We've got Judgment. It's judgment time right now, right under the star too, of course, because you're just like divinely guided, okay? you need to express and bring to the surface, okay? You know, we've got lots of 3 energy, and it's very important because that's expressing. You need to express. You need to really shine your light. Let it show, okay? Your emotions are like unfulfilled right now, and you definitely have the power to fulfill them through really just like sharing your voice, okay? Having your opinion be heard. I just look at all these cards together. There's just so many cards to go through every single card with you guys. I just want to give you like the general message of everything I was feeling when I was pulling these cards, okay? Let's do some oracle cards already to kind of like dive into this more, okay? This is this deck that you guys got, okay? So we've got distant horizons, sudden wealth, unexpected income. You know, this could be another stimulus or whatever. Maybe you're actually getting income through kind of spreading your voice. I feel like you've always been a really powerful person, but spreading your voice even more than you really ever have before, okay? With the Great Fortune card, I just feel like you're such an amazing person. I got this from you in the beginning, but this just like made it like way more clear to me, okay? I feel like you're very mature, and even if people call you immature, which I feel like that might actually happen a lot, don't listen to them, because you're the one who's concerned with all that's happening in the world. You have the most on your shoulders because you're a big picture thinker without a doubt, okay? Down here, you can see the other cards. So we have like high honor and journey, and I feel like you're just really on this journey of greater truth, and you want to spread your truth, okay? I get like high priestess vibes from you guys too, or high priest. I feel like you can totally be a guy or a girl, and you guys can kind of interpret this for yourself. There may or may not be a romantic situation you're into, and I feel like if you are, I feel like that's a really solid relationship you're in. And if you're not in a relationship and you're not looking for that, that's totally wonderful too. I feel like single people manifest easier, quicker, better, a lot of things. There's definitely a bunch of pros to being single, but I feel like if you guys, group 1, are in a relationship, I feel like it's really a good one, okay? And with this distant horizon cards, the first one I pulled, I feel like you guys have such big dreams, and you see the BS in the world, okay? I feel like you have lost your innocence totally during these situations if you haven't already, but it's really just like stripped you guys raw, like down to your core, and there's not a doubt in my mind that you guys are spreading your opinion however you do it, you know, writing a rant on Facebook, you know, it could be anything, or it could be more powerful than that, you know, actually like actively doing something, going to a protest, you know, starting a project of your own. And your angels, your spirit guides, whatever you want to call them, are just like really proud of you for this. And maybe for some of you guys, I got the message, maybe tone it down and do it more in like, I don't know, a more loving way, if that's possible. I feel like there's so much love in you guys, and sometimes you kind of channel that with a bit too much Mars and Sun energy. But you know, just channel that inner feminine a bit more if you can, if you're not already too feminine. But that's pretty much the gist of it, you guys. I don't want to I don't want to talk too long because I feel like this video is already just going to be super, super long, and there's nothing wrong with that. But, you know, of course I want everyone who has a message to feel like they can get that message. So, thank you so much for letting me kind of just, like, read your guys' energy. You're like a queen or a king of earth, you know? You're someone who knows that it's judgment time, and that's just, without a doubt, you know, a beautiful, beautiful gift. So, thank you guys for everything you do, for real. Alright. And without further ado, we are going to get into group number 2. Okay, so you guys picked the rose quartz. I love this one. Like I said, like, all these crystals are new, so, I love them. It's gonna take me a second to really spread out all these cards for you guys, so if you want, you can fast forward, you know, 10, 20 seconds, whatever. I didn't want this video to be choppy and stopping it and have to go through a different app to edit it before I posted it. I just wanted it, you know, as raw cut as possible, really. So, yeah, give me a second if you guys don't mind. And of course you can start looking at these beautiful cards. This is my first deck that I ever got, this beautiful Native American card deck from a shop that actually no longer exists in New York. The state, not the city. Never been to the city. So yeah, like I said, there's lots of cards that I pulled, okay? When I pull cards, I tend to pull a lot. And like I said with the last group, there's nothing wrong with that if you get the message as you go, like I do, and like, you know, pretty much everyone does. You know, they're divinely guided, and you know, you can hear stuff and get that clear cognizant information while you're kind of pulling. Sorry, I wish I like spread these out quicker. I've spent so much time doing this when I woke up this morning, and I was like, oh, there's this many cards after I finish pulling all of them, so I'm like, I can lay them out like this, and actually I'm not laying them out like that at all, but I feel like it's totally fine, because I just want to give you guys the general message, okay? Everyone kind of has a theme, all these different groups, and group number 2 was all about, like, embracing this, like, change in yourself and overcoming this torment, okay? I want to put this in reverse because you guys are overcoming this. It's definitely been there. You've had this, okay? It's in your bloodline. If you haven't been through anything and you're kind of like a privileged person, you don't get why you're feeling these types of ways, it is because it is in your DNA, it is in your bloodline. Your ancestors went through it, and it's gonna continue to be an issue in your family until someone powerful like you guys, like group number 2, overcomes it, okay? Like, you can see, like, kind of these, like, more negative cards, more sad cards, but there's all these strong cards, like, over it, okay? Because you guys have these wonderful, wonderful, wonderful spirit guides that are going to help you through this, okay? Whatever, like, demons, negative things you've gone through in the past are going to be overcome, because you are going to finally get the willpower to do this. You're going to finally have balance at the end of this, okay? You're going to finally have life force, and it's about being open to the change. I feel like you guys are already open to it, okay? But I feel like you're just like, I'm so spiritual, I want to do all this stuff, but there's just something that I haven't overcame yet. And it's going to be hard. It's going to be rough. But you're going to have the time in August to do that, right? Like, if you listen to the astrological forecast, or if you guys aren't even watching this in August, that's totally fine, because you can go through this at any given time. But if you're watching this, whenever you're watching this, it's time for you to finally do this, to finally get your security, to finally grow and get this joy and be happy, okay? You don't have to hurt anymore, because let me tell you what, you finally have the strength to really do this, okay? To be a spiritual warrior. You guys got a lot of major cards. I'm gonna lay some of these down too while I keep talking, okay? Pandora, Hope, Hestia, Home. So I feel like kind of being like a hermit, kind of in your home life, going through this. Athena, Wisdom, Hermes, Messages. So you're gonna get these intuitive messages, okay? You've got Helen of Troy, Beauty. If you feel like you aren't beautiful or cute for some reason, just please, like, I don't know how, but drop that thought. I feel like it's kind of been in your bloodline too. But know that you're gonna get with Helios this illumination inside of you, okay? That life force, you know? Selene, Intuition, Iris, Harmony. Like, you're gonna be divinely guided, okay? Dionysius, Freedom. You're finally going to be free. And Eos, New Beginnings, okay? That's like just like the greatest way we could end this off, you know? With new beginnings. Because that's what this is all about for you, okay? Group number 1 was more like, I don't know how to say this, like, not businessy at all, really, sort of, but like more serious. And this is just serious in a more sweet, more yourself way, okay? This is like the smaller picture, like focusing on you first, because that's what you guys have to do, okay? If you want to be this like big, intuitive, shining light to the world, first you have to go through this. This is the message that I got. It was all just about inner work. Okay, right now, the first thing you gotta do, the main focus, is your inner work, okay? And it's obviously gonna be great. All these cards are so amazing, all your oracle cards. And that's just like the clarifier on the tarot cards for all these different groups. And these are all just so amazing, okay? You know, they're all just whichever one you needed to hear. I know you needed to hear one of them. I know you needed to see one of them. That is your confirmation, okay, honey? Like, you guys, group number 2 is just so sweet, such like a good, pure soul who, like, I don't know, doesn't see it or something, or, you know, you just have to, there's that one thing you guys have to do to be, you know, the even better version of you, you know, the happy version of you. And I just want you guys to go through that, heal what's been hurt in your family, you know? And yeah, I hope you guys really do that this month, because it's like you finally just like have the power to do it, and it's so freaking amazing. You know, this is like just all about fullness and change, finally, for you guys. I feel like, you know, you can embody it, and you're just like waiting for it to happen, but like it's finally gonna happen. All right. All right, here we go. Group number 3, who picked the black tourmaline, you guys are definitely a unique group, okay? You know, the one crystal that wasn't in the quartz family, you guys picked it. Alright, it's gonna take me a few seconds to lay these cards down, so you can totally fast forward if you want, or just kind of look at them as I'm laying them out. So many groups had justice, in reverse especially, honestly, and the sun, and judgment. You guys are getting all these main cards, but I feel like it's definitely a different situation than most, if not really all, of the groups. So you guys have like a crap ton of cards. Okay, I pulled a lot of these tarot cards for you guys. and I'm not going to be able to really lay them out pretty. Lots of cards, little box. So I'm going to kind of go over this as I'm laying them out. So you guys, guy or girl, okay? I don't know who's watching this. Could totally be either or. But you are a more emotional person, okay? I got this whole story as I was kind of doing these cards, and you guys have like a lot of these cards, so I'm going to kind of go over these ones first and then lay even more down for you, okay? But you are this more emotional person, and you're so smart, and you guys don't have justice. I feel like this is totally about a relationship, and if it's not, then interpret this for however you have been feeling. But when I was pulling these cards, I felt like this like kind of had to be a relationship that you guys are in, okay? And you need to see change. You need that change to really be seen. It is judgment time. Crazy how I got these cards for so many different groups. So if you picked another group too and you see these cards, like these are the cards for you, my friend, okay? I feel like this person you are with, or this situation you are in, this other person is not feeling their emotions, not sharing their emotions. They're more practical, but like in their own way that like you don't really want right now. Like you're like, that's great, but first I need this, you know? Like you can't have the 10 of coins, you know, until you have the 9 of coins. I really got that message. You can't have that fulfillment until like the work is really done, okay? Like he or she or whoever, whatever, needs to really get in touch with their emotions more. You feel me? The work and like service to self really needs to be done. They need to look into their emotions more, okay? They need to go through this like hermit phase. And you guys can do this together. This is the message I got. You guys can do this together, okay? Group number 3 is definitely one of the groups that I resonated with a lot. And I got the message that you guys, like, he or she is gonna be the King of Cups 2 at the end, okay? That was like the last card I pulled, which is like so beautiful. It's like this can have a happy ending, you know? Don't stay through this situation for longer than you need to be in, okay? If your intuition is telling you that this person is not gonna change, then leave the situation. But let's look at these oracle cards for kind of more clarification. I don't want to like read off all of these tarot cards for you guys. I'd much rather just give you like the general message that I got from it. So that's what I've been doing, because I already know this video is going to be long. So you have, I'm going to kind of read these as we go off, even though I already pulled quite a few. You have the proper burial for freedom, okay? So this is like, you need to do this properly, okay? You need to do this together. You have the mother of life, and like nourishment. You have the divine guardian, okay? Protection. You have past life, present power, the many spiritual faces of you, and wings of Isis, uniting with the angelic self. So this person, or you guys as like a partnership, really have to go through learning your emotions, okay? You might not have them all kind of like down path yet. Like you might not have done your spiritual work that you need to do yet, or this person that you are with might not have, you know, really like met their true self, or like done these like meditations. And it sounds kind of like weird or out there if you're not into that, but it's like the truth needs to be unveiled to them, to you, to everybody, okay? Spiritual work of like the higher initiate, the chariot of ascension, and healing the divine masculine. This person might be like way too in their masculine energy, and they need to like embrace the feminine, okay? And you can help teach them that, okay? Don't, like I said, don't feel like you have to, but if you want it to work, you kind of have to. That's the message I got, is that like you guys can go through this together, okay? Maybe like get them a crystal or something, have them pick one out. That's what I really got from this Temple of Lapis Lazuli card. You know, it doesn't have to be lapis lazuli, it can be amethyst, it can be tourmaline, it can be smoky quartz, or whatever they need. But you know, do this spiritual work with them, help them through this, get them a crystal, charge the crystal, okay? Talisman of potency, knot of Isis, okay? Energetic stabilization with the buckle of the beloved, the dark mysteries, enter the chamber of the dark goddess. Go through this with them, okay? Like, everyone is saying, you know, this is the time to really be by yourself, do yourself, but if you picked group number 3, I'm getting the intuitive message that, you know, you can do this together. Stay true and still be in your power, you know, but this is like Osiris and Isis, Lord and Lady of divine authority. Like, you guys have the potential to do amazing, amazing things together if you guys can stay together through this. Soul retrieval, you know, deep soul healing with the goddess. So if this isn't about a relationship, then hopefully you guys have kind of been able to interpret this for yourself. But as you can see, that's like, you know, you can tell how I thought it was about a relationship if it's not, for sure, right? Like, you know, just lots of those emotions. I'm gonna start cleaning these up, even though I still want to talk to you guys about this. But you guys are like such a powerful person, okay? Whoever picks the tattoo deck is just a really powerful person, okay? Even though we're talking about like cup energy the most and like being more in your emotions, you guys are really just like a fiery person, I can tell. And to be able to like help someone through this is just like so amazing, you know? Guy, girl, what have you, divine feminine energies are like so sweet to help this masculine through this, you know? And I feel like you're really gonna see the change if you're there with them through it, and you might not want to hear it, but you have to be there to kind of help them through it if you want it to work. That's the message I got. So don't feel like you have to go through all this if you don't want to, but you've got protection on your side. So I feel like if anyone's strong enough to do it, you guys are. So there you go. I hope you guys have a great month, group number 3. And here we go. We're gonna get into group number 4 with the first piece of clear quartz, okay? Now, like, you guys were divinely guided to kind of pick this piece, but I feel like, okay, every pile has a theme. This one, it's just the most work related, I feel like. And if it's different than that, then, you know, let me know in the comments, or tell me like what your group number 4 was about, because I'm really curious to hear it, okay? And you guys got a lot of cards, but let me start off by kind of going through them, because I pull a lot of cards at once when I get these like intuitive messages with the cards, which, you know, I usually always do, and, you know, a lot of people do if you're a person that likes picking a lot of cards at once and getting the whole like kind of story from your spirit guides with it. I love doing that. I'm one of those people. But here we go. First things first, I haven't really said this with any other group, but I feel like you could totally be a Sagittarius, Leo, or Aries if you pick this group. Obviously, you can be anything, and obviously, if you didn't know this, everyone is all of the signs. Please go to astro.cafeastrology.com if you did not know that, and see which other signs are. because I bet you have like Sagittarius, Leo or Aries in a very like prominent, important parts of your chart. And I also want to say that like a ton of people got like death in the sun, like they need to see change about something. But I feel like yours is about like your work, your career situation, for sure, okay? Now, you've just been working like so hard. Maybe you have had like a ton of shifts lately, or like a lot of people have been quitting, and you feel like you are just kind of like running the show without a doubt. And you're not really happy about it. You don't really have fulfillment about this. Like, it's just not the best thing for you to be in. Like, of course you're like the strong person who knows how to deal with it at this point, because I feel like you've been working like your whole life, or like most of your adult life, you know. But you really, like, this is such a powerful time in the world, you know, and it's time to really like get into spirituality, or like whatever you're curious about, you know, diving like deeper into your emotions and your unconscious, like overpowering this, like, you know, I feel like when I saw this, I'm like, they're just like working so hard at work. Like, someone is just like, you know, maybe bossing them around, maybe they're not the boss and they're getting bossed around and they don't like it, or they totally are the boss, but like they don't want to be right now. They want time to themselves. You guys want a vacation, okay? You don't want to feel like this. You want enough money to like not have to do this, but you feel like you have to like keep the supply of income. But you really don't. Like, there's other options, and I feel like this group is definitely the group that it's gonna take the longest to kind of overcome the situation. I don't want to like kind of make you guys sad or anything, but I don't think you guys are gonna be able to fully get through this situation in August. This is a much bigger situation than just August, okay? You're gonna be dealing with this through September, and hopefully by then it'll be over. But you guys, like, you have the strength to do this. It's just gonna take a lot of willpower and really looking into your emotions and thinking about a bigger picture, you know? Like, I feel like this is kind of like a zoomed in, like, personal thing, work. And you guys, of course, you like know what's going on in the world, but you're trying to stand upright through a situation where you're actually upside down. That's kind of the message I definitely get with this the Hanged Man card. You guys, like, you're like brokenhearted by this situation, okay? It might not be work, it might be like a relationship or something like that. It might be like your own spiritual journey that you're just like not really getting through yet. But I feel like there's another option for you, and it's gonna take you a while to figure it out. And hopefully you guys can interpret this for your own situation, because this is such a general message, but I really feel like this is about work and career, and you're like so amazing. I don't want you to be in this position, okay? Because you're really like the Empress, but you need to see a change, you know? I'm gonna lay out some of these other cards, some of these oracle cards for you guys. I'm gonna read them off to you because maybe you won't be able to see. She-Wolf, unleash the wild within, okay? Father Sky, trust in the unknown. Heart Guardian, love and let yourself be loved. Shield Maiden, this just like clarifies like how strong of a person you guys are. That's why I kept feeling this like fiery energy about you. If you're not like a fire sun sign, you definitely have fire in your chart somewhere, or like a really powerful air sign for sure. Guardian Angel, you are not alone, okay? And I don't think I read this, but make plans and focus, okay? Like, you can totally do something else. And I get this from like the Traveler card, move in a different direction. You guys, it might not seem like it, but you have the power to move in a different direction. Like, if you're so strong and you got through this situation, why can't you move in a different direction and get through that one, you know? Water Guardian, connect with your emotions. Elder, move beyond ancestral patterns. So I feel like you totally feel like, how could I do anything different? How could I do something besides work? But it's like, it's because you're so used to your family working. And it's like the new generation does not want to work. I'm going to talk about this in a video very soon. Next week, actually. So watch that video if you're interested in like my opinions and thoughts and beliefs on this, and what my like inner guidance and knowledge just like has to say about it. But like, the old system is gonna collapse soon. It, like, not everyone wants to work, okay? And you guys are like these strong people who keep trying to make it work, and like, I totally commend you for that. But at the same time, it's like, you should stop. You should get ahead of it now. You should try to figure out something else now, because in your lifetime, it is not going to work. High priest, intend and create, okay? Medicine mother, honor your inner knowing. Figure out what you guys want to do different, what you need to do to be self-sufficient, okay? Peacekeeper, let go of the need to be right. Now, I feel like you guys aren't really a person that like needs to be right, but I feel like you're a person who constantly feels like they have to defend themselves, okay? And I just want you to know that you don't have to do that any longer, because you can just like show the world how you're doing different and how that can be better too. And you don't have to defend yourself through this. You're gonna have people be like, what the heck are you doing? This isn't like you. But it is. This is the real you, okay? And like I said before, I feel like you are not going to have this change until the winter, probably. So it is still summer if you're watching this when I posted it. If you're watching this at another time, then maybe you're watching this in more of these months and you can do it quicker. But I feel like in autumn, in the fall, you are going to have to like release the old and rest, kind of develop a plan of what you're going to do to take care of your needs in the winter. And I feel like, you know, by the winter, or if you're watching this in the winter, by the summer, you are going to have another plan set in stone. You're gonna figure it out. It's gonna take you a season or 2 or 3, but you're gonna figure it out. And, you know, half of a year or however long it takes you to do this is gonna be better than continuing to be miserable, right? That's what I think, at least. And I'm going to pick up these cards so the video isn't too long, but I'm still going to talk to you guys through this. Like, you're just, I feel like, you know, guy, girl, like, whatever, whoever's watching this, you guys are obviously so amazing. Like, such a good soul, such like a traditional soul, and there's nothing wrong with that, you know? And if you picked another group too, I think that's definitely an awesome idea, so you hear about kind of more than just your career. But I feel like if you just pick this group, you know, that's totally fine too. If you only felt drawn to this was like a very big message, you know? And I don't know, you guys are so strong, and I don't know how you couldn't get through this, or how you think you don't have another option. I mean, it's definitely difficult, but like, you guys, you can have a different, clear path, and it's gonna take time. It's gonna take longer than any other group, but it's gonna be the most worth it, you know? So that's pretty much all I wanted to say. Sending you guys lots and lots of like wisdom, energy, love and light, okay? Yeah, I hope you guys have a great few months, because it's gonna take you guys a while to get through this, but if anyone can do it, you guys can. That's why you picked this group, alright? Now, getting to group number 5, okay? This is kind of like another group that I felt really drawn to. Okay, this big ass piece of citron. And here we go. So, like I told the other groups, I picked a lot of cards, so it's gonna take me a while to kind of put them all down, but I'm gonna talk to you guys through it. If you want, you can fast forward like 10 seconds or whatever. But I feel like this group, it was kind of a lot like group number 3, but or no, not, I don't know. This was kind of a lot like another group, but this definitely has its own message. So if you distinctively picked this, don't worry. This is distinctively for you, okay? So I'm gonna lay a few more of these out. I pick so many because I get this like story intuitively with it when I pick out all of these cards. You know what I mean? And if you do tarot, you like cards and all that, hopefully you guys can kind of understand. I know there's some people that like only picking a few cards out, and trust me, I feel like that sometimes too, but not usually, you know? Everyone's different. But you guys definitely have like a bunch of powerful cards in here. This is like a powerful deck, okay? But we're gonna kind of get into this. Like I said, I know there's a lot, but hang with me through it, okay? It'll be worth it. Alright, this is more of like a bigger picture pile, okay? Some piles are about like people focusing on themselves, and trust me, you guys need to do that as well. But this is like definitely a bigger picture, and you guys, out of any pile, you guys are really meant to actually actively take action and really do something with the world, okay? Like, out of any pile, you guys, if you picked group number 5 is just about action automatically. You guys are really meant to do something. And like, thank you guys for incarnating on Earth, because we need you here. Okay, like I said, lots of cards, so I'm just gonna get to the message that I got from the cards. So you have probably already gone through kind of like a spiritual awakening. That's definitely what I got when I was laying these cards out, picking these cards out for this group. I feel like you're already very intuitive, and of course, like if you're on my channel, you know, you're bound to be like a spiritual person or whatever. Or if you just stumbled across this video and you're not spiritual, well then just know that you guys are an old soul, and you're really meant to kind of go through this, okay? Because at the end of the day, at the end of all these tarot cards I picked for you guys, we have like the Wheel of Fortune, and we have the Star here. Like, we just have powerful cards, and that just clarifies that you're meant to do something. You're meant to like build with this emotion. You're meant to like use this for growth. You guys are like so wonderful. You're meant to like bring this gift to Earth, okay? We have the moon is really important, because there's like this, and of course, like if you guys didn't see the devil, I pulled the devil right after the moon, and you're meant to kind of go through this, okay? There's this one thing you guys haven't really dealt with yet that you're meant to deal with, and it's not like group number 2, where, you know, it was like this like trauma from like their family line. It very well could be a hint of that as well, but I get a very different vibe from you guys. It's your own. It's this life. It's not just family. It's a this life issue, okay? But you guys are so powerful that you might not realize what that is. You might not realize that your ego is getting in the way, but but it is. I feel like you're so spiritual, and of course spirituality isn't about, you know, not having an ego. It's about learning to use the ego correctly as a tool, because that's what the ego is. You know, we're the spiritual being in this physical body that's given an ego, right? And some of us don't like that, but it's okay. I feel like maybe you've been, a lot of people in August are gonna kind of go through these emotions where it's like too much Mars sun energy, too much like aggression and like actually showing it, and you need to kind of do it in a better way, you know. I feel like you guys kind of already know how politics you don't want to spend too much time dwelling on, but I feel like maybe maybe that's the ego side of you, and maybe you need to be a little bit more mature when talking to people, when going on a rant on social media or whatever, okay? And I like I said, I picked group number 5 too, you know. That's one of the groups I felt really drawn to. But just know that you're gonna get this like blessing when you just like realize this. There's something that needs to click in your head, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't quite know what it is. I really don't. But you need to let this stress go, let whatever is kind of going on in your mental go, because baby, you're going through a change like everyone, and I feel like you already have kind of gone through this change, but you need something. You need this extra push that's going to kind of help you stop comparing, you know, to other people or other things or other situations or whatever you're really comparing to, because this could be about a relationship too, but it doesn't have to be. There's just so much to celebrate, and in your life, especially right now, there might be like a celebration going on in August, or you're getting ready for one in September or whatever. But I feel like right now, whenever you're watching this, if you're watching this in August, or if you're watching this, you know, a different year, different month, whenever you're watching this, you need to like just like sit down with yourself, lay down with your spirit guides, and just like appreciate existence, integrate this breakthrough into your life, because this breakthrough is coming, okay? I feel like you've done so much personal work, but it's not really a breakthrough yet until you go through whatever you have to go through in this situation. I know there were so many cards just to explain this, but that's really just like the story I got while pulling these. I wanted to kind of put them all down for you, so if you were watching when I laid each card down and you saw a specific card, some people watch these videos just for that reason, you know. But I like to just, especially when they're this long and there's this many cards and this little of a box, I just like to really give you guys what I felt when I pulled all of those, when I was channeling all of this. And it's like you guys are like kind of like, without a doubt, some of the most important people in the world, but there's this one thing you have to realize to really heal and really reach your full potential, okay? Maybe you need to go on a trip, maybe you need to just go camping for a bit, or maybe you need to move, you know? Maybe there's something mentally with you that is just not good right now, and you just need to have time to yourself, or you've had too much alone time, and you need friends that are like-minded. You know, that could also very well be the situation. But, whatever it is, you're feisty. I feel like you could totally be a fixed sign. You know, Leo, Scorpio, Taurus, I'm sorry, I'm having a mind fart right now on the fixed signs, and I don't know why. You know, Aquarius, Leo, Taurus, Scorpio. Okay, I said them all now. But, no, and even if it's not just sun signs, you guys, you have fixed signs in a prominent spot in your chart, okay? I don't know what year you guys were born in. I'm sure we've got a bunch of different ages watching this. But I know, even though I'm in an Aquarius moon, I have Aquarius, and my Neptune and Uranus is in Aquarius as well. And that just makes those beliefs fixed too, okay? So if you don't know where your other planets are, maybe looking into that is a good idea, okay? I feel like if you picked group number 5, you're already really, really spiritual and intuitive. But like, this is a really powerful deck. It's the Santa Muerte deck. That's why, like, all these cards were skulls and like dead looking people, because Santa Muerte is like the goddess, or like the embodiment of death in you know, like, more Hispanic culture. And my friend actually had a bong named Santa Muerte. And I feel like you guys, you're so smart. You're definitely like the smartest group, I feel like. And I don't want to hype you guys up, but I feel like you guys already know this. You're so fixed. Like, you don't even need me to tell you that. But I feel like you're kind of going through these, like, thoughts that you're kind of fighting in your own head or with people. And I just want you to go outside for a while and get away from all that and just have your intuition flow through. I feel like you're a spiritual person, but you might not, like, have your intuition flow through you enough. And if you watch this video and you pick this group, that's the message you needed to hear, okay? I feel like you guys are, like, it's such a contradiction, like an egotistical spiritual person. But I picked this group too, so don't feel bad when I say that. See the truth in it and accept it, okay? Accepting the whatever, I don't want to call it an issue, but accepting is the first step in healing. You guys got the healing card at the end of those oracle cards, so healing is what you need to do. You've already healed, I know you have, but there's a bit more. There's that last step that you have to go through, you know? So I hope you guys have a great week, a great month, and moving on to group number 6 with the Rose Quartz Tower, okay? This is like the one that's kind of just like made into like a specific shape, and it's not a bad thing. I like raw cuts better usually, but I bought this, so I like this too. I actually got this for like my future child that I'm pregnant with, so there's that. And there is a bunch of cards, you guys. I got kind of like a story with these cards as I pulled them, so please excuse the abundance of cards, but they're really pretty cards, so, you know, watch me as I put them down so you can see a card and kind of feel what it means for you. But here we go. I'm gonna share with you guys the story I got for you guys. So I feel like you're this like great person, guy, girl. I feel like a lot of you are probably girls, but you could totally be a guy watching this, okay? If you're a guy, picture all the girl cards being guys and the guy cards being girls, or whatever. I don't know what your, you know, sexual preferences are, but whatever they may be, I get the total romance in this situation. And if it's not about love, that's totally fine. Comment, you know, what your group number 6 was actually about if it's not about relationships. But I feel like this is about a person, guy or girl, who is so amazing, is like the emperor or empress, just like the physical embodiment of like so much love and light, so much compassion, and that is kind of your downfall, okay? Like, we have like the Queen of Swords energy, Knight of Cups energy. You know, you're more airy, you're more watery, you're just more emotional, and you have this, we're gonna get to it in the end, but you kind of, with the 6 of Wands first, you put this service to this, like, these fun flings that you guys have, okay? I feel like you guys keep going after these bad guys, okay, or girls. If you're, you know, a straight female, then what the heck are you doing, sister? Okay, this is like a whole storyline I get while pulling these cards, and I see like this great, amazing person who has like all the fulfillment they need. You know, you're more of like a swords cup energy, but you already have this like fulfillment with fire and earth too. Like, you guys have it all. You really do. You're this, like, whether you see it or not, your soul is privileged. Maybe the situation you're in is not privileged, and that's why you keep going after these like exciting flings. Get away from my cards, please. Like, you like the excitement of that, you guys. You love the devil. You love, like, you see this like King of Wands energy, and you think it's gonna like fulfill your emotional needs. You think you can build with them. You think you can teach them your philosophies. You think that you guys can like express and have all the success on earth. You think you can make him more emotional, more watery, when he is really just the King of Wands. And the King of Wands can be great, but what I'm getting from this is it's right next to the devil, okay? We have the Tower card right after this, like, guy who is just, like, infested with whatever this is going on his arm, you know? Like, it's not bringing you justice, okay? So many groups got justice, so this could totally be about a different situation, and if you see these cards and you're interpreting them different, that is amazing, good job. Then just keep looking at the cards. But I see this as like a guy or a girl that just like keeps going after, like, I don't know, I picked this group too a little bit, but you just keep going after these things that you think are you are this, okay? And it's making you, it changes you. Like, you're this amazing person, but if you keep going after these people, it just changes you, okay? And, like, you need to take time for yourself. Instead of going after these romantic flings or whatever it is you keep going after, okay? It's if you've already been through it, that's good. It makes you who you are, because now you're more of the Queen of Wands. You have more of this fiery energy now. You show it. It's on the surface of you more. And you have more of this like Page of Pentacles energy after these things too. You're still like the High Priestess, but you can tell that like the girls in those cards just, they like look different. You know, they've been through these relationships, these partnerships that are toxic, okay? The Tower card next to that guy is not good, and you have to have realized this by now. This reading is probably just clarification. I hope you pick another pile too, so you can see a different like aspect of your life. But if you picked group number 6, this is just about like, stop serving this other person, okay? You have to go through self-acceptance. You need to know your worth, because you are so much better than that, okay? This mastery of moods that you keep going after, they're misusing their power. They know they're like a hot, sexy guy, girl, whatever. But it's just gonna keep repeating itself, okay? This living totally that you think you're doing, this like sex that you guys are having, is not really making love, okay? It's not, and you know that, so don't give your body up for that. You need renewal. You need to drop the past. You need to remain centered. You are unique. You need to appreciate and understand your uniqueness, and I feel like you already do, but for some reason you keep going after these people that like you can't like meditate around. You can't have this like peace that you know you used to have without them, with them. and you need to be like grateful for like the opportunities that you always have open to you, you know? You always can go back to some of your family, some of your old friends. They have your back, whether or not you like being with like this other person instead. It is not good for you. It is not bringing you enlightenment. And as the high priestess, as the empress, you don't deserve that. And this is just, if you picked group number 6, if you picked the rose quartz tower, this is clarification that you are in this tower situation, girl, guy, whoever. Do not fall for those dreamy eyes. Push them aside. Okay? Because you can still grow from this, you know, if you do your own thing. That's what I'm telling you need to do. Do you first, boo. Okay? I know it seems fun. Like I said, I resonated a lot with group number 6 too, but I feel like this whole message was about what I told you it was about. If it was about something else, please comment. You know, maybe I'm just pushing my stuff onto you. Comment what else that was about for you. If it wasn't about a relationship, that makes me have some concerns about me. But as you can see, like with all these cards, I feel like you can tell how I thought that was totally about a relationship for you. And I feel like for most of you who watch this and aren't gonna comment, that was just totally about what I thought it was about. So, you are this high priestess. You are this amazing feminine energy, whether you are a guy or a girl. And I want you to stay this pure, you know? I feel like you've already been through stuff in the past. This card came up, you know, in the story of when I was pulling them out, kind of after you went through that. But you can still come out of this just as beautiful, just as strong, just as loving, just smarter, you know? So, thank you, group number 6. I hope you navigate the situation how you need to, you know? Moving on to the final group for today. This quartz like cluster. I actually got this in like a really cheap package of quartz, but like I feel like that's like a really powerful piece. This group is really powerful. Okay. All my groups I pulled lots of cards. I feel like these are kind of like the fewest amount of cards, believe it or not. But yeah, as you can see, you picked like a weed deck. So, and these are playing cards. They're not tarot cards, but I use playing cards as tarot cards. So these are the tarot cards you guys picked. So I'm going to read them off for you as we go, and then kind of explain what I got from this. First things first, I feel like you guys are already really spiritual. So congrats on that. I know if you're watching my channel, you're probably like a spiritual person, but I feel like you guys really already have this down path. So we have the Ace of Earth, we have the 4 of Water, we have the 10 of Fire, the 2 of Earth, the 3 of Earth, the 9 of Fire, and the 5 of Water. We have another Ace of Air. Of Fire. We have the 8 of Fire. We have the 8 of Air. Okay. We have the Queen of Earth, the Jack of Earth, or like the Son of Earth, or whatever you want to call that. We have the Ace of Air. We have the Queen of Air, the Jack of Air, and I'm so sorry. I keep messing up the freaking air and fire. Spades are air, diamonds are fire, you guys. Queen of Fire, Jack of Fire, or the Son of Fire, and the 5 of Fire. So, obviously, we're gonna go through the story, okay? So, we're on Earth this life, yes. And if you want to interpret these differently, You totally can, but I'm going to tell you what I intuitively got for group number 7 from this pile, okay? So you guys are so smart, and there's all, you got all the elements, obviously, but I was mixing it up, so obviously you got them all. But you want this change. I feel like you want to be like eco-friendly, self-sufficient, something like that, and you're like really passionate about it, okay? You're kind of emotional about it, but you want to like build from these emotions. Like right off the bat, you're like, I feel this way, I want fulfillment through action towards this, because I know I can't just sit here and feel this way. I want to actually act towards it. I actually want this change. I want to express this change. I want to kind of take that emotion and act from it. Take those thoughts and really put them, to life, and bring them to life. Like, you're so smart, you want to use these thoughts to build from and take action with. You're like this like queen or king or son of earth energy, but you are like this fiery energy, okay? Like, you want this action on earth, and it all ends with like the 5 of fire. Like, you want to actively do this, like you have these thoughts, these emotions, you want to put them to action. And what I intuitively got that those like thoughts are that you want to put to action is very spiritual, because I got like I got the feeling that you guys are already really into this kind of stuff, and maybe the next step for you is like, self-sufficiency, eco-friendly stuff like that. Maybe you have like a different career plan that you guys like really are going to put to action now. You're like in the process of it already. I feel like you've already kind of had this plan, and you want to figure out what the step-by-step process to really get what you want is, okay? I got all that just from some playing cards. Isn't that a cool card deck, you guys? So you have some astrology cards for your oracle cards too. You guys picked out some cool decks. So you have the moon, and I bet you guys can already kind of tell what this is about. Hopefully you're into astrology as well. If not, that's totally fine. I'll kind of explain for you guys what I feel from this. Alright. Alright. So, you have the moon and Mercury. You want to like communicate your like intuitive feelings. You really want to speak about it, okay? And it's important for you to have this oneness with all your relationships. That's just kind of like the person you are. You like want to put love into this. You want this to be like good, pure love, light energy, yada yada yada. But it's like Saturn and Capricorn, I feel like really go together. Maybe I should just like put this up here for you guys and kind of spread these out better. But so hopefully you're into astrology, so you can kind of interpret this for yourself too. But if not, it's fine, because I'm going to try to explain it to you guys. There's just like a lot of emotions that you're feeling right now, I feel like you guys are, I don't know. I don't want to say going through a lot, because I feel like you guys are people who like just simplify that really good for yourselves anyway. But like, you want this change really bad. That's why it's so complicated, because like we have this Pluto energy in the 9th house, which is all about like philosophy, Sag energy, spiritual values, it can be about traveling, but it's really about just like philosophy. You want the world to be more like how you think, okay? Don't we all? But you're fair about it. You want this transformation to happen. We have like Pluto, Scorpio, all kind of like the same energy, but it's like you really want this to be fair. You want everyone to kind of be like this. Libra is about like being social and all that. It's not just about fairness. It's about like everyone together, and you want everyone to kind of feel this, you want this to be like oneness with this 12th house card, okay? And in the 5th house is kind of like you want to, not just you want to put it to action like I already talked about, but it's like really powerful. Like, it's powerful for you. You're feisty about it, you're fierce about it, and you need to like do this dramatically when you kind of put your thoughts and emotions to action, okay? And like, it's just the Capricorn and Saturn card. Saturn's actually in retrograde in Capricorn right now, but it's just your responsibility to be this like workaholic towards it, and it's not in a bad way at all. It's in a good way. This is just like a really awesome pile to pick. Like, thank you guys for being on Earth. Like, oh my god, you guys are like amazing souls if you picked this pile. So good job. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. I don't want this video to be too long. It's already over an hour, which, oh my freaking god. But I'm gonna kind of start to pick these up while I still talk to you. But this was just kind of clarification that you have good intuition, and maybe, you know, maybe stop buying any clothes that aren't like eco-friendly. That's what I'm doing. I'm not gonna buy any more clothes for myself, at least. I mean, I will for my kids still, because I know it can be expensive, there can be a money issue, but I picked number 7 as well. I want to be more eco-friendly, I want to be self-sufficient, and I'm, you know, working towards the steps to really do that, hopefully realistically within the next like 10 years. You know, you don't want to make a goal for yourself too quick. I feel like you guys are probably going to be able to do it, you know, as quickly as me, if not quicker, and I feel like that'd be like a beautiful thing for you to do. So yeah, whatever vision you have, you want to put that to action, so put it to action. You know, that's really the message I got from this, and it was a really powerful pile. If not the most powerful, second most powerful, I don't know, but if you pick this was the most powerful for you, obviously. So we're kind of done with the groups now, but I do have this general message for you guys. There's just a few cards, a few different decks I picked from, so I want to kind of lay these out for you guys, okay? And then I will read them all off for you. Alright, first things first, the one animal card in this whole video. I love this like spiritual animal deck. I only wanted to do one. This was the only one I felt like picking. So it's the dragon, okay? This is a general message for everyone. So everyone watching this video, anyone who clicked on it, this message is for you. You guys got the dragon. Supernatural. You are the ancient wise sage. You can shapeshift at will. Mastery is your destiny. Rise with dignity, okay? Now is such a powerful time, and I feel like there's this month, especially if you're watching this in August, but like literally every month, there's just, you know, all the time, whenever you're watching this, there's a lot of like Sun, Mars energy. And if you don't really get what that means, it's just like kind of outward projection of like aggression. Whether or not that's like with communication, with action, you know, if there's riots going on like there is now, if there's shootings going on around you. I know a couple days ago there was like over 100 shots fired like literally a mile away from my house. I live in Flint. But not just like big things like that, just little things, communicating with your family, friends. It might be a little feisty energy going on right now because some people are like fearing this transformation, okay? I don't know why, and I really hate it because like I don't like pulling the fear card, but whenever I go to this mythology deck, okay, this is a different mythology deck than what I used for group number 2, they're oracle cards. But this is a different one. I have 2 mythology decks. And I don't like pulling the fear card, but that is the card that I have been pulling. You know, if you have watched other like card videos, other astrological forecast monthly videos I've done, then you might have seen this card in the general message before. But literally the only 2 I pulled were like fear and transformation, because people are kind of fearing this transformation. They're acting aggressively in whatever way that may be, and nothing is going to come of that. With the nothing will come of the situation card, void of course moon. Right now is a time for healing, okay? Balsamic moon, and emotions are obviously running high with supermoon. This is just a pretty plain and clear and simple general message that I did feel the need to share, because I feel like everyone is kind of going through this, not only in August 2020, but whenever you feel called to watch this video, you're feeling like this. And the world is feeling like this. So know that. And know that, you know, whatever group or groups that you picked can kind of help you have confirmation on how you're feeling and kind of guide you through that. You are going to have to, of course, guide yourself through that. But I feel like everyone can benefit from just laying down, letting whatever noise is kind of around you not distract you, but just use it to get deeper into a trance. Hopefully that makes sense to you. Hopefully you can, you know, see truth in that, feel truth in that, and listen to your spirit guides. Of course, like, make sure you protect your space first. Don't just do this if you feel like there's bad vibes around you. Make sure you say a little something, or sage, or whatever ritual you want to do before. Make sure you just think, or say out loud if you feel the need to. You know, only positive energy, only good, love, light, you know, whatever you want to say, only like the highest spirit guides, you know. Don't let my emotions or my thoughts influence what you tell me. I only want to hear the truth, you know, say something like that. And of course the truth will come through. Your intuition never lies, and if you say a little something and use the power within you, you know, we all have like magic within us. Use that to make sure you only get the truth, and you will. And that's pretty much all I wanted to say. I hope you guys, like, I hope this helped people. You know, I spent hours on this, and I wouldn't have done it unless I had the most pure intentions of helping people. So I hope I did. I love all of you guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sticking this far and listening to the general message too. And I will see you guys next week with a really powerful video. Love and light, and the Hybrid Children are coming soon.